Today we're looking at the top 25 most valuable mail-away toys. Those toys you found in the back of comic books, magazines, box tops on cereal, and the whole works.
Tell him, Barney.
No, you told Fred.
You get a free Flintmobile inside Post Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, just like the one Fred drives.
Put it together, ha-ha, a free Flintmobile.
Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to look at something very unique in the toy area itself. We're going to talk about mail-aways, giveaways, mail-aways, those free offers you see on the back of other toys, comic books, on games. Some even came from the grocery store, from the back of cereal boxes. We're going to show you the immense value that some of those can sell for right now.
You must not fail, Zero M. This mission is critical.
Now, a lot of these were action figures, the mail-aways, but not all of them. I've got a pretty good mix in here so you can see a wide variety of items across many different lines of characters. This is the Undertaker. This is from Hasbro. He is one of the most sought-after ones, especially with this cloth clothing. And he routinely sells for in the $2,000 range if he's in excellent condition. Now, in some cases, there were several mailers at the same time for the same line of figures. Here is a ultra rare Hulk Hogan. Now, this is one that you actually paid for through JCPenney's and places like Sears. You ordered them ahead of time and they were actually shipped straight to your house. Nowadays, they're extremely scarce, especially when they weren't opened. Most kids who got them would instantly rip them open to play with them. Now, there's also a version of Hulk Hogan that was a mail-away through Hasbro itself, and this is it. Now, you can see the difference in his clothing, and in this one, he's wearing a red outfit. Again, that can tie to the line of figures or the actual time frame Hulk Hogan would have worn a certain outfit. So you can judge the age on many of these by those factors. And this one sold for $2,000. Now, the most valuable ones of these are ones that will have all of the packaging, just how they were sent out. Now, this has a sealed figure. It has the mailer box, is what they're called, and the actual uncut file card. Now, obviously, G.I. Joe are hot. Cobra items are even hotter, and this is Cobra Commander. $961 for this classic here.
You're icing up. We'll never make it, Uber. Why don't you take a peek?
Another job for Quake.
Now, this one here is tied to Quake cereal itself. This is a helmet that was worn by one of the characters that's pictured on the cereal box. Now, Jay Ward is tied to this, and Jay Ward did Bullwinkle, Underdog, and a bunch of other cartoon characters that ended up in comic books as well, or started in comic books, I should say. This is one of the hardest to find ones for anything Jay Ward-wise. This is from the 60s. This is the helmet from the Quake cereal box. $777.77.
From Quaker. And now, inside specially marked packages of new improved Quake, this plastic Quake-mobile with a real firing catapult. Just load it and launch it. Get yours today.
Now, this is Sergeant Slaughter from the 3 3/4-inch G.I. Joes here. And almost $300 for the sealed figure with his card and the booklet. Now, one of the ones that I remember sending away for multiple times was the missile-firing Boba Fett. You didn't actually get that. What you got was a figure with the mounted missile in the back. Some, obviously, as we know, are out there from the prototypes, but not officially released figures at all. This one is sealed. It sold for almost $1,000. He was available later on as a full-fledged figure in the standard release, so it really helps to have it in the bag. Now, the JCPenney Wish Book was a source of joy for most kids out there. I remember digging through them whenever my mom brought one home. This is one of those items here. This is a mail-away only. You ordered it ahead of time. It was pre-ordered. Most of these oddball items were pre-ordered, meaning that when the orders are placed, they produce the production run from there, so you would get them later on. That way, they wouldn't have to overproduce toys, so in most cases, these were very limited. That's why these mail orders of this type, not the freebies or send in the proof of purchases, but these full-fledged purchase price toys like this are so scarce. And this is from RoboCop. It's got the electric weapon arm, the helmet, everything you would want for something like this. Sold for around $600, as you can see here. A really interesting and unique toy set, to say the least. Kellogg's is one of those well-known ones for cereal also. Here is a G.I. Joe U.S. Marines in the outfit with all the paperwork and the mailer box as well. And he sold for $400+. He's almost in mint condition from what the description states. Now, 76, 77, when King Kong, the new version of King Kong, came out, they pushed out a ton of toys of all different types. This is actually a radio. It's a furry radio plush King Kong figure with his mailer, the wrapping, and the card that came with him. Almost $400 for this classic horror movie collectible. Now, age isn't everything in some of these. Some of these were more modern day. This is from 2008, and this is for the 1/6 scale Ark of the Covenant from Raiders of the Lost Ark line. This is a newer one, very obviously, but very few of these were actually sent away for.
They bite, they kick some serious men. 3 sharks fighting to defeat Dr. Paranoid, half man, half piranha monster. They fight, they kick some serious men. Each sold separately, new from Mattel. Awesome!
Now here's a great example of a scarce line to begin with, and then an even scarcer mail away only. This is a talking figure also. It has damage. It is actually missing the back fin, and it has a bunch of bids and sold for $300, as you see him here. It's very rare to run into any street sharks out there to begin with, but to find the mail away, even damaged, they are extremely scarce out there, hence the value for a damaged, broken figure, loose, already played with. Even for some of the lesser collectible action figure lines, there were mail-aways. Now this is from Police Academy, and this is Captain Harris. Complete. He's got his baton, binoculars, the whole works. So this one sold for almost $300 also. Excellent condition. Now this, if it had the packaging still sealed, would have went for even more.
Police Academy! Kenner presents Police on Patrol, starring the cadet set and featuring the loudmouth bullhorn and handcuffer.
Now this next one I actually sent away for and had this exact same example here. This one went for $455. It is the stand for the original 12 action figures from Star Wars, and it came out in the late 78, 79 era, if I'm not mistaken. Excellent one here. Another Star Wars one from Empire Strikes Back. This is the Display Arena mail away one. Now this is 4 different sections. It has some other items that would have went with it as well. The box and the whole works. I vaguely remember this one being available back in that time frame personally, but it's still sold for $300 with multiple bids.
The new Rough Riders 4x4 Omni-Force vehicles, each sold separately, batteries not included. Sturdy 4-wheel drive takes them over rough terrain, through tough obstacles. The twin gunner attack truck, NX missile launcher, Invader command jeep, N70 assault tank.
Now this next one's from the Stompers line. Stompers have grown in popularity, in all honesty. The tracks, the play sets, and the boxed ones are going for some phenomenal prices. This is a mail away from JCPenney's. You'd have the police vehicle and then the Brat as well. Now sometimes with mailers as well, they would have been released normally as a normal toy, but the only way you can get them as a group or with the box like you see here, even a sort of a display box, would be to mail away for this specific combo set. Now this next one's another one of those from my childhood. I had a couple of these. If you sent away proof of purchases, you could get yourself a gold Cylon. He was billed as the Commander Cylon. Now if I remember right, the actual gold Cylon was only shown for a brief split second in the film, or maybe even in the series itself. This one actually has a comic book ad advertising the figure and how you got it as well. He can routinely sell for $150 to $250, as you see it here, depending on the condition and if he has his weapon. Now for those My Little Pony fans, this is Baby Up, Up, and Away. Now there's a few other mail-away My Little Ponies. I think there's one from Chuck E. Cheese or one of those game-type places also that you could have gotten by mailing away a coupon or a voucher or something. These sorts here go for hundreds of dollars, as you can see here. $250 almost for this one. Now, most of the toy lines from, say, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s offered some form of mail-away figure, game, or something. Here is Mumra, the mail-away Mumra. The standard Mumra obviously does not have the permanently attached cape. Totally different looking figure. Many people are confused when they run into these that didn't actually collect them back in the day. This is the mail-away you see here. $186 for him with his actual weapon.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge. Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell. Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny 7's got him on the run.
Now here's an interesting one. This is the rocket set for Johnny 7. This is a Topper Toys company item. Now Topper Toys didn't make many mainstream toys at all. They were these oddball, interesting, unique toys. Lots of military items like this here. With the box though, it still went for almost $200. Now here is one from the 90s, much newer than some of the other ones we've been showing you. This is from Earthworm Jim. It has the mailer bag and the whole works. It's still sealed in the package. Now some of the mail-aways you'll find have nothing to do with characters or toys in general at all. They're just made to be given away for tie-ins to the cereal lines. Here's a General Mills Pineapple Glow Ghosts. Now there are some carded versions of these, basically same things that I've seen as well. I always kind of thought these came from Slimer from Ghostbusters, but I have no clue where these, honestly, the origins of these came from. Either way, with the mailing box, $154 with many bids. Now, as a child, I do remember Eerie Magazine. They didn't so much offer toys, but they offered patches and other things like that. I do remember getting a few posters from Eerie that were mail-aways with proof of purchases you had to send in. These patches, though, you can find for superheroes, comic books, movies, all across the gambit. This one went for $150.
I like freaky cereal because it tastes good, and I ought to know I'm the boss.
Oh, so it has a lot of vitamins. Ooh.
Indubitably, this is a very crunchy cereal.
Cereal lines, as I said, made stuff just tied for their cereal. This is Freakies, the Freakies cereal line. This is Fruity Freakies, and this is a bowl you could get that actually showed the characters on it to eat their cereal with. You'll find all sorts of different characters for these sorts of items. Cereal bowls and spoons are very popular, even to this day. The Flintstones made a ton of them. This plastic bowl here went for $123. Now here's a really interesting, unique one here. I have seen this one sell for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is the Willy Wonka Candy Factory. If I'm not mistaken, this was available through Sears and JCPenney's as well, and you would order it. It actually comes with molds, and those molds will show up occasionally on their own, and many people may not be aware of the character tie-in. It also has Wonka bar wrappers with it, so you could make your own Wonka bars and put your names on them. This is one of those really odd items. I've only seen part of one of these kits once in my life and hadn't a clue they even existed until I ran into it. And one last one here from Kenner Superpowers. This is Clark Kent. It's one of the oddball ones because most people wouldn't really want to play with Clark Kent. They would actually want to play with Superman himself. So this is one of those mail-aways. And he sold for $130.
Your assignment, danger. Your mission, find the master spy. Your weapon, Secret Sam.
Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
A 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. 6! Surprise! It's Six Finger! It looks like your finger, but watch 'em flip. It's a secret weapon at your fingertip. Just point and fire. 6 Finger sends an SOS missile to your friends.
6 fingers, 6 fingers, 6 fingers!
Fires cap-loaded bombs and they explode as a ballpoint pen and signals in code. Looks like a finger so no one can see who has 6 finger.
Me!
Shoots rockets that burst and bombs that explode and writes with a pen and signals in code. Shoots message missiles and watch 'em go. And it looks like your finger, and how will they know?
6 fingers, 6 fingers, 6 fingers!
Here's how to get it on the card right there. Less than $2 everywhere. 6 finger, man alive.
How did I ever get along with